Hello and welcome back. It is me again, and today we're talking about divorce. This is the biblical topic for today, and we're finishing up. Who? What? I'm playing a character? Who is this? Get him. Ah! Side note here. Well, okay, two side notes. First of all, I have a little tiny little welt on my tongue. Maybe not welt, maybe that's the wrong word, but I have a little sore bud on the very tip of my tongue here today. So, I mean, it doesn't really, maybe I should have saved that. It doesn't, I don't know what it does, but I need to know. Anyway, it doesn't really affect me that much, but it is a little distracting. Let me put it that way, so I apologize in advance for that. Nice, nice. Can I get money, though? Can I get money out of this? Out of these bombs? Bomb money? No. Well, not yet. Second thing to note, this is the final episode of The Forgotten, and fighting the beast with the Forgotten is unfortunately very unpleasant. The beast is not well designed at all for whatever you would call the Forgotten's build here. Because it's not a melee build, but it's worse than a ranged build. A ranged melee build. The beast is just kind of a miserable time. Oh, you didn't swing, buddy. You good? Everything good with you? Oh, hello. Okay. Thank you, spiders. Cool. So, anyway, I guess look forward to the climactic finale of today, because I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest with you. There's a chance. Actually, no, not really. I'd have to find the super secret room, and there are two locations it could be. Ugh. I want to figure out what it is, because I'm not great at remembering all of those off the top of my head. Let's fight the boss just in case it is, I get a reward that is monetary in nature, or even just more bombs would be appreciated. Or who knows, I could get a dime from one of these poops. The game is simply like that sometimes. Hey, no. Bad. Oh. Nice. Well, not quite. What to do? What to do? Huh. Do I search for the super secret room? I might. I may just. Let's hope for here. Nope. Okay. Well, it's now a 50-50. Not a 50-50. Do I take the nickel that I'm mostly guaranteed? No. There's a chance these are good. That's really good. That's fine. That's good too. Hey, okay, I think that was a good trade-off. It's unfortunate that I can't have the birthright, but that's okay. That is alright. Why did that... Was that always there? Oh, I guess the item, consumed it. The pedestal item. And this is me reminding myself now, we are again going for the beast. It's been a minute since I've recorded again, because I record these in batches. And I haven't done the beast yet. This is the first episode that I'm recording in this batch, if you couldn't tell. So I'm going to skip all the item rooms outside of the very first floor, and wait until the ascent to get them, and then I'm going to find a trinket and place it somewhere, because Inner Child is a pretty good item, isn't it? I do have a decent amount of money, though, now. since, you know, I didn't spend it on the... Anyway, let's get talking about divorcee. Divorce. Divorce? Yeah. It is always a bit of a mystery in English. Why... Well, I guess it's not that much of a mystery if you ever look it up, but why some uses of the letter C are more like K's and why others are C's, or S's, rather. Maybe I can't speak at all today. Who knows? Maybe this blood on my tongue is mental as well as physical. Can I get the poop thing? The petrified poop? Thank you very much. Whoa. Oh, nice. Get him. Nice, 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 nice. So we're going to talk about everything that the Bible says about divorce, and then how various Christian commentators, well, commentate it as well, different interpretations. And that's going to be it. That's today's game plan here. It's fairly simple and straightforward, but this is a topic that I feel cool. You know, one of these days I need to get redemption. I'll save that until I actually get the confessional unlocked, which will happen within a few characters. But anyway, this is just a topic that's been on my list for a while. It's a topic that I feel is important whether or not you are Christian to understand what Christianity does and doesn't say about divorce, divorcee, Dvorak. Well, mostly if you are a Christian. Let's scoot you... No, stop. No, over here. To the left. To the left, please. There we go. That's better. Just in case. Okay, didn't pan out. That's okay. That's okay. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe this isn't so relevant to you if you are non-Christian, but hey, the point of this series is to be educational, and I think stuff like this is important to understand for everyone, Christian or not, what the Bible does and does not say about some of these topics, because there are certainly people out there who will make some interesting claims about what the Bible says, and it turns out they're not correct. So, first things first, we're starting off in the Old Testament, and this first little segment here is just talking through the verses themselves before we get to more of the commentary section. Great. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, terrible. I squished him, though. That's pretty cool. Let's go back and get that secret room now. So, first off, we have Deuteronomy 24, verses 1 through 4. This passage outlines... Oh. Yay! No! No! This one outlines the procedure for divorce when a man, quote-unquote, finds something indecent in his wife, permitting a certificate of divorce. But this same passage can also be used, just like quick little note here, can also be used to protect the woman from certain remarriages as well, such as if the partner was abusive. Next passage is Malachi 2:16. That's a lot of damage. I want to get him. I want to get his tail. I can't. Sad. Ow, I lost that wager, I guess. Okay. Great. I would also appreciate another bomb here, but I guess I'm not getting one. Oh, just my ghost half. Okay. Fascinating. Ugh. There. So Malachi 2... Yay, bomb! Malachi 2:16 declares that God hates divorce. In the first person, even. Hey, alright. That doesn't... Okay, yeah, it doesn't affect my body at all. Cool. So this underscores God's disapproval of dissolving marriage lightly. Get out here, you little parasite. And I say that fondly. In the negative. And that's all for the Old Testament, really. Nice. Cool. I mean, the health down isn't actually bad. Oh, but High Priestess is better. Health down can save you in a pinch by turning into a health up pill, you know? Smack. Yay. And I may as well grab the full knife in this run, because again, the final boss fight is uncomfortable to play as the Forgotten, or the Tainted Lost. The Tainted Forgotten. Yep, I'm so sorry, the Forgotten. I have forgotten you. Yo! Okay, we can get some backwards items here. Well, that's not a great item. Those would be nice if I had an active item. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go back. I can't throw you through. Oh, I can! Wait a minute. Oh, it did let me. My body was perhaps just a little too big then to fit through. I'm fat. We're gonna use the key. And I'm glad I did. Wow. Okay. Pretty good. No. Yes, I'll use it. I don't think that's a terrible use, personally. And I'll even do this. For more money. Cool. Oh, yes, I got the throwdown. Nice. Okay, and we leave you behind for that sweet, sweet cracked key. One of these days. One of these days. So in the New Testament, there are 5 different passages about divorce. Yay! Oh, okay. 5 different passages in total. Oh. Neat. Get you up here. 3 from the Gospels. Yay! Wow! Yay! Cool. The chariot, huh? Maybe. Maybe. Chariot. Squeezy! No! Yeah, I was trying. I'm sorry. I'll just pick it up now, I guess. Oh. Well, that was wonderful. Nice. Wait. I thought there were worms. In the ground? No? No. Hold on. Whoa. Oh. That's okay. Thanks for the money. So, Matthew chapter 5... Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Matthew chapter 5, verses 31 through 32. In this passage, Jesus says that marriage should not be ended except on the grounds of sexual immorality. And the word he uses, at least in Greek, is porneia. Let's check the shop first, shall we? Hey, do that over here. Perfect, thank you. Oh, and we're over here now. Butter? No thanks. I just ran into him a little bit with my body, that's all. Damage is good. Damage is good. Yeah, I'll take it. Let's see, Jesus also warns that divorcing for other reasons leads to adultery, or can be classified as adultery, and that's cool. Look at that. Yeah, okay. Happy Pride Month? That was a real, choice of genders there, wasn't it? This is not me coming out, this is, I guess, I don't know, the Forgotten coming out or something? So, congrats for the Forgotten, but, also, Mars is just not a good item. Nothing against being male, just everything against Mars as an item. Step on him. Good, good. Excellent. And there goes my little thing. Ow. Well, that was, strange choice of words, but there goes my, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'll take the relic. I mean, I have too much health anyway, but sure, why not? I'll just have more. So it's important to recognize in talking about the Gospels that there are 4 of them. Well, now I need that health, don't I? And the first 3 are referred to as the synoptic Gospels. That is, they share the same perspective because they have a very similar outline. That's why. And so, what is written in one can often be what is written in one of the first 3, John, the Gospel of John being the outlier to the synoptics, you can generally find in the others as well. Ooh, nice. Can you give me something good? Please, if I can... Ooh, yes. Is it here? Please, pretty please? No. Of course not. Oh, I am so happy that I managed to get that angle down by the time I finished playing the Tainted Forgotten. You have no idea how glad I am that I got it back. Yeah, blow you up. I actually have too much range for this, don't I? There we go. Oh. Ooh, another? Oh. That's disappointing, but I'll take it. Cool, thanks. Let's see. So, Mark 10, 11 through 12, and Luke 16, 18 both parrot Matthew chapter 19, verses 3 through 9 about divorce. So, I talked about one passage in Matthew about divorce. This is the other, but this one, the first one is not repeated in the other Gospels. This second one is, so I wanted to introduce the concept of synoptic Gospels first. Maybe in hindsight I should have done it like the other way around, but whatever, it's fine. You're smart. You can figure things out. With my help. Because we're all smart. Everyone is smart. All the time. Most of the time. So, Matthew 19 verses 3 through 9. Okay. Reads, well, okay, I'm not giving you a verbatim reading, but when confronted by the Pharisees, Jesus emphasizes God's design of one flesh, quote-unquote, and permits divorce only in cases of sexual immorality. Without that, marrying again is adultery, so it's a reiteration of his previous commandment in Matthew chapter 5. Oh. Maybe? Do I care that much? Not really. But it's better than nothing, you know? And that's not a terrible trinket to ingest in the first place, so... Let me... Oh, actually, let's go find that third button first. I think that's a wise idea. Cool, thank you for the key. Yep, great. And now I am not regretting this at all. Okay. Fantastic. Now we are not quite done with talking about the New Testament and everything it says about divorce, because we still have the epistles to go through, the Pauline epistles. That is, letters written by Paul. That's, epistle means letter. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 10 through 11, Paul echoes Jesus. Although, interestingly, we don't actually know how Paul, understood Jesus' words, because the Gospels didn't really exist yet at the time Paul was writing. So, it's not like... I'm not insinuating any sort of conspiracy here, just that it's fascinating to look at and think about how Paul may have heard stories or even seen little, I guess, I don't know, clippings? Little glimpses of... That's a weird way to put it, but little... Yeah, mini stories, I guess, about Jesus. Mini collections of his teachings, if you will. And how that may have influenced Paul. Yeah, I already got there. Let's go shopping. Cool. Bomb time. Well, maybe. That might be the way to go. I'll take it. And I'll take the bomb too. Oh, no. I lost it already. We'll go down here. Okay. 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 Do I use the bomb? I guess I do. Well, I got extra keys out of that, at least. Ah, that's so nice! Oh, that's so good! Hey, get out here, bud. Easy! Easy win. Speed. No, fire rate. Okay. I'm fine with that. Cool. Let's see, so Paul echoes Jesus in 1 Corinthians 7, 10 through 11, where he says, a wife must not separate, and a husband must not divorce his wife, but if separation occurs, she should remain single or be reconciled. Okay, where is this leading, if not the boss? Also, I need to keep my eyes out for the little thingy. Little doodad, little skull. Which I have not seen yet. But maybe it'll be here soon. Maybe. I'm sorry, bud. You're worth more dead than alive. Oh! Especially if you give me a key like that. I mean, I don't need them nearly as much now, due to, you know, the pay-to-win item, but still. I will keep that battery in mind. Get out here, you little freak. You big freak. Ow. Nice. Oh, cool. Chop. Is it gonna be greed? No, it's not. Oh. Don't? Okay. I mean, I don't really need anything here, but I want to do this anyway. I just felt like it. That's all. More money for next floor. Oh, just short. Let's see. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, 12 through 16, so just after Paul directly quotes Jesus, although, again, we don't actually know... I mean, we know what he's quoting Jesus... like, we have Jesus' words in the Gospels, you know, but we don't actually know what exactly Paul specifically was looking at, again, because the Gospels didn't actually exist by the time of Paul. Paul predates them a little bit. But Paul's interpretation of this, in his interpretation, I should say, Paul adds a specific exemption. He says that if an unbelieving spouse abandons the believing partner, the believer is not bound and is free to let the separation continue. So, in other words, there's a... Yay! Well, now I regret taking that early, but whatever. In fact, let's go get that battery right now. Yummy. So, in other words, if a believer marries an unbeliever, which churches today are not that enthusiastic about the, you know, the intermarriage of different religions or non-religions. Right, I need the Fool, I need the Fool, I need the Fool. So much health. But it, like, it's still permissible, you know, a Christian marrying a non-Christian. Ow. And again, here, Paul lays out a specific exemption that if the non-Christian separates or divorces, then the Christian doesn't need to be held to that. Oh. I thought you'd blow him up. Am I gonna go through all my pennies here? Mom's ring! Yes, Mother. Ooh, Soul of Apollyon. Did that give me Soul of Apollyon and that's it? That's kind of lame. Aw, man. I mean...
Soul of Apollyon.
Apollyon? Why are you saying it like Napoleon? Just checking, everything's good. Cool, let's quickly snag that extra health, shall we? This extra health, and that extra health. Yes. Ah, feels so good to dunk it like that. I have enough health, I could go to the arcade. I'm not going to torture you with that, though. Anyway, that will do it for what the Bible says directly. Now let's talk about interpretations, and let's just use this up. Yeah. I'm going towards the boss, aren't I? I am not interested in taking that one. Boop. Whoop. Whoop. Cool. So, overall, what does the Bible suggest about marriage and divorce then, based on what we have read? First of all, ideally, marriage is permanent. That, I don't think that should really come as that much of a shock to people, considering the Bible says divorce is wrong. Sure, bud. Ooh, wish I got that a lot earlier, but whatever. I'll take it as they come. So marriage was intended to be a lifelong union. What God has joined, let no one separate. That is a often cited verse. Oh. It is Genesis 2:24, also referenced in Matthew 19, verse 6. I almost missed him. Yay! Thank you! Whatever. Give me the pill. I am glad I do a lot of damage. Ooh, I'm very glad I do a lot of damage. Nice. Divorce represents a deviation from God's divine design, permitted due to human sinfulness or hardness of heart. So it's not something God wants to permit, divorce that is, but it is something he allows because people are flawed. And sometimes we are too flawed that it's better to almost, I mean, I know there's also the concept of annulment, but still, almost better, at least from God's perspective, it seems, to get rid of the whole thing in individual cases. Yay. Sure, I'll take that. Oh, so good. Next, grounds permitting divorce. Get 'em. Oh, wait, do you always have homing shots? Blue Baby's friend trinket? I don't remember you always having homing shots, but that clearly warped around. Whoop. Ah, get him. Look at that home. Look at that home. Whew, scary. Ooh. Not bad. If only I can combo that with something. Yay! Alright. Uh-huh. I'll take your entire stock. Yeah, that's fine. It's unfortunate that I didn't get anything I, was really hoping for from the shop, but this isn't a bad run. I do good damage. I'm extra big. My range is big without being too big that it's a detriment, well, mostly. So, yeah, I'm happy with this. So, the Bible explicitly provides 2 exceptions that permit divorce. First is sexual immorality, or porneia, as the Greek term is used. Ow. There we go. Retrovision. No thanks. Let's take balls of steel and head in here. I haven't gotten larynx yet. And honestly, I don't care that much for it. I mean, it's good, but I would rather the off chance of absorbing even more trinkets, because there can be Some very powerful ones, you know? I'm sorry, Larynx. I'm so sorry. Also, at this point, I guess Balls of Steel is better than using the cracked keys, isn't it? I think. That's, a little ironic, but, you know, if this is how the build has come out, then, that's the way things are. Ooh, sure. Does it actually help? No. Cool. Ooh, wow. So, porneia is interpreted by many to mean adultery, though some scholars broaden it to also include marital unfaithfulness or other sexual violation within the marriage covenant. That is, in other words, maybe those sounded like two of the same thing to you. Oh, sure. But that in the covenant of marriage there might be more... okay. Oh, nice. It's not just cheating on someone that might matter, it might be other aspects of the marriage covenant that matter as well, like the use of, for example, pornography. Might be something that some pastors and some spouses, in fact, I'm willing to bet a lot of, especially Christian pastors and spouses, are not going to approve of. Sure. I'll use that. And in this case, with this exception, only the innocent party is assumed permitted to remarry. Of course, that is, never really checked or followed through on, at least not by any churches or organizations I know of, that you go into a person's background and be like, okay, why were you divorced? Before a church, you know, grants you a marriage license. So perhaps it should be something that's common then, you know? Oh, Ooh. I'm not sure what this synergy would even look like. But we're taking undefined. I'm not sure if I've gotten undefined yet. I don't think I have. I want one final charge on this first. That's what I'm doing over here. Cool, bud. Cool story. Yeah, I wanted one more charge just in case. And now let's go back and get it and use it. As soon as I finish exploring all of this floor. Get over here. Yes! Beautiful. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. Mushroom? Mushroom? Oh. Hey! Oh, am I thinking of a different item then? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'll continue with this. It's fine. Build is stable enough at this point. Right, no red rooms around the boss. Boss man says no red rooms. Let's see. So that is one exception, is, you know, sexual immorality in marriage. That is one way that divorce is permitted, at least according to, you know, the laws of, I guess, the church, broadly speaking, if you will. Yes. Thank you. Even if it is not always observed. Even if it is not always taken as seriously as it should. Ooh. Whoa. Who's left? Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. What are we looking at? Ah. Okay. Cool, bombs, thanks. And now... Am I mistaken about this? I really thought this was the item that could transport you to, like, an angel room. I mean, I know that iTeleport does that for certain, but I thought this would also... Or, if not an angel room, then like a, an I am error room. I was expecting that. But no, it just teleports you to one random room. One random important room, whether or not it has been discovered. I guess so. That's disappointing. Hopefully I don't get any more good trinkets then, because I don't want them. I don't want to feel bad about giving up the... the smelter. Please don't make me feel bad about that. The Fool is not bad here. Not bad. I'll use it here, I don't care. Cool. Should I have waited more? Perhaps. Oh, right, the Fool is the opposite. I wanted the Emperor. Right. Yoink. Ah. I mean, I have a luck of 1. Also, I'm probably gonna get hurt a lot in the boss fight, so I'll use Infamy. Maybe. I might get hurt a lot. I don't know. We'll see. Why take that? I ask myself in vain. Anyway, the other exemption for divorce, I apologize for taking so long to get around to it, but this is the nature of the series. The other exception for divorce. No, that was last floor. Never mind. Abandonment by an unbelieving spouse. If a non-believer chooses to leave, the believing spouse is not bound and may legally move forward even toward remarriage. Some also understand neglect or abuse as additional biblical grounds, aligned with the principle of abandonment duly recognized by Paul. So, yes, that is rather important, that a lot of pastors and theologians broaden the definition of abandonment, as well as, you know, like the duties of a husband and wife, to also cover cases of spousal abuse, since that is not covered by the Bible, but, you know, historically would have been anyway. And now we get it. Speed. Not bad. Well, that's cool. I really wanted whatever item that was, but I also wanted... Oh. I also would have liked to keep my Balls of Steel pill, but that's okay. Can't have everything you want in life. Anyway, yeah, as mentioned, towards the beginning, there is an Old Testament passage about divorce that, although it doesn't really sound, at least to me, like it makes sense to also cover cases of spousal abuse. It has historically been expanded to cover that as well. And by historically, I mean like seemingly in ancient times, there are some suggestions of these things happening. And now, I guess I have nothing much else to do on this floor. I mean, I can continue exploring it, but... Do I try for another I Am Error room? I guess. But let me explore it all first. I'll do it the long way. I would like to thank Venus for making it really easy to clear these rooms. That is very nice. I almost have all 999, don't I? That's cool. Oh, almost. Corner pocket. I was hoping for keys to round out my 999, but that's okay. Just wanted to get that last one. Let's go up here. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, game. Fly Battle Royale. Cool. And that's that. That's all she wrote. Well, she wrote a few more spiders. And another trinket. What? Oh, there's still a spider left. That's okay. Well, what do I do with the magician? It just gives me range. I don't want it. Hopefully I have a replacement for it then. Let's see, remarriage after divorce. So this is also covered by the Bible. Okay. Cancer. Oh. Only brief cancer. Jesus portrays remarriage after an unjust divorce as adulterous. You need to have divorce for the right reasons in order for you to be morally remarried. You know, I could use the magician, I guess, in this fight. It's not too terrible. Or the next. Now that I think about it, maybe I want bigger range in the next fight. Or not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh, hey, I didn't want to throw myself. Nice and spammy today, aren't we? Oh, thank you, body, for blocking. For divorce under allowed grounds, remarriage is implied as permissible for the innocent party, though Jesus does not explicitly detail the remarriage allowance. Oh, buddy. Oh, good, I can just have my body here and have him smack the guy eventually. I appreciate infamy going off, despite the fact that my body can't actually take damage. That's really cool. Do you hear that? Sexual immorality. We're just talking about that. Woo! And there's damage. Well, that's bad. That's good. That's neat. Thank you. Well, less thank you. Yeah, I'm not getting the health bonus. Well, I don't have low enough health to get the bonus health anyway. And that is exactly what I didn't want to do. That is why I detest this fight. And yeah, we'll use it. Extra long smack range. Ow, what? Oh, 404 error turned into the toenail. Toss it. Good, good. Let it go. It's in the lava now. That was really unlucky, wasn't it? Yes! Thank you. Okay, this wasn't as terrible as I remember. It's still not a great fight because you throw yourself down into the lava even once and suddenly you have to take damage to retrieve it, you know? Let's see. Paul reinforces that those freed by abandonment are not bound and may remarry or move forward in life. Next, let's talk about forgiveness, reconciliation, and pastoral care. Across the scriptures, reconciliation, forgiveness, and healing are strongly emphasized. Marriage should be preserved if possible. Ooh. Oh, great, I didn't take damage from that. Get him. Get him. Get him. Cool. Pastoral counsel and church community support are encouraged, especially in complex situations that may involve abuse, neglect, or unfaithfulness. Again, the desire is that once married, you are not unmarried. Not because God is cruel, but because that is the ideal of marriage itself. But again, there are allowances for divorce. They are fairly strict. You can't, at least biblically speaking, you are not allowed to get divorced just because you do not feel the love anymore. Biblically. I understand that outside of Christianity, people are, more than welcome to marry and divorce if they like. I see no particular reason why non-Christians need to be beholden to Christian standards in these things. Although I'm sure there will be some Christians who feel otherwise. Yes, get bored. I'm just spamming slap and bomb, and it's not working. I want him to be dead already. There we go. I was not paying attention. I'm looking at my final bullet points here. And done.
The sky above.
Isaac's tomb. Some common views among Christians about divorce is that Jesus states that divorce was acceptable in the case of adultery. Paul added that if a believer marries an unbeliever and the unbeliever abandons, the believer is not bound. That is quoted a lot on the internet, while others may write, the New Testament mentions divorce only 9 times. Divorce is in no way permitted unless in the case of sexual immorality. Even then, the innocent party cannot remarry. These voices reflect ongoing debate, especially about the nature of porneia and the permissibility of remarriage. So, yeah, the irony to all of this is that divorce happens a lot, especially in the US, which is a country with the majority of the population being some denomination of Christianity. So, yeah, if there are so many people doing something that the Bible outlines clearly as a sin, then there are some issues that the church in America really needs to work through. And I'm not saying that as though there is just one unified church in America. I'm talking, broadly speaking about all of Christianity in the United States. But still, it's not a great look, because it's not a great feel to see so many people go along with the cultural understanding of divorce, even when they claim to be Christians who are even fundamentalist at times. But it's like the moment that they're not feeling the love anymore, it's like they divorce, and it's like the point is love, not in the romantic sense. That was never the point of marriage from a Christian perspective. It's love in the relational sense. It's the voluntary pursuit of someone else's heart, that you would serve them and be served by them. It's that sort of idea where, you give generously to people and you want to see them prosper. It's like romance is arguably still a very necessary foundation for marriage, but in the long run, if that goes away from a Christian perspective, for Christians, that is not grounds for divorce. And yet, there's a lot, isn't there? Anyway, I'm not too impressed with the quality of today's episode, but I've also had terrible sleep the past 2 nights, and I was doing this last minute too, so plus my tongue is still irritating me. I was considering recording more episodes today. Right now, I don't think I will. My tongue is starting to inflame a little bit, I can tell. It's annoying me. Anyway, that'll do it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And in fact, let me end you off here with one final fact I thought I'd look up because I didn't think to look this up beforehand, but now it seems very prevalent. A Barna group study of adults in 2007 to 2008 found that 32% of born-again Christians had experienced at least one divorce, nearly identical to the 33% rate among non-born-again adults, that is the general US population. Evangelical Christians are lower at around 26%, but other denominations of Christianity, although evangelical isn't really a denomination, it's more of a political group, but I did a whole episode about that earlier. Evangelical is an important distinction here because, again, it drops down to 26, while it seems like other Christians are around the population average for divorce, it seems. Nominal Christians, those who identify as Christian but do not actively practice their faith, tend to divorce more frequently than the general population, up to 20% more likely. That's interesting. That's very surprising. Divorce more than the general population. Wow. Those regularly attending services, praying and living intentionally in their faith, that is, active believers, as defined here, tend to marry more stably and have lower divorce rates, sometimes by a substantial margin, 35% lower risk compared to non-religious peers. Some data suggests that self-identified Christians overall, including nominal ones, divorce at similar rates to non-Christians, especially when the sample includes those who do not actively engage in the faith. Berna's research specifically highlights the likelihood of divorce among born-again Christians mirrors that of the broader population when averaged across all subgroups. Hold on, I'm reading. Yeah, so there are some faith-driven behaviors here that might explain some of these differences in the numbers, as well as, the quality of religious commitment. Basically the same thing. But, yeah, I do not like evangelicals as a group, but I will give them respect for being willing to stick it out in marriage more than the general population, although 35% still ain't much. Hopefully that just means that most of the general population are divorcing for pleasant reasons, not for reasons of, say, abuse, Anyway, there's some statistics for you. Fascinating that nominal Christians divorce more than the general population, though. Very, very interesting, to me at least. So, hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you again tomorrow for the final character that I consider easy out of the tainted characters. Take care.